Hello and welcome everyone to the Titans of Alterra, a 5th edition actual play podcast for gamers of all ages. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have...
Joan.
Dolphin.
Wee!
Relnor.
Thanks for being here, everybody. And just to another note, I'll probably say this for a couple episodes. We are recording different than usual. We are all in different places. We're recording remotely because of the state of the world. So our quality is lower than typical. But we're recording anyway because we freaking love playing D&D together. So
Our sound quality.
That's right. The sound quality is down.
Quality is
Our improv qualities up.
I threw a naked guy in last week. So
our dice roll quality is up.
My DMing.
Don't say these
My
things.
blood pressure is up.
Careful.
Everything.
All right. So
Caffeine content is
So we are in Null. Should I call him Null or Noble? What do you guys call him?
He's Null now. He was Noble,
Okay,
so you can call him whatever you
I'm
want.
gonna call him Null. You're in Null's kind of sanctum, for lack of a better term. It's the room of the seal of the red and white god's powers, which has been opened, and you are sitting down right now in this space with nice, comfy seats that Winnie has created for each of you, having a chat with Noel and Josua, a rather strange individual who has told you he's immortal. And he just said that you guys were Justin's kids.
Wait. Justin the Redbeard?
Joshua looks from Noel over to Delphin. He says, yes, he's got a beard now? Yeah, I'm sure it would be a red beard.
What do you mean we're his kids?
Well, okay, it's not like you're like his children, per se.
No, I know that.
But
if we are, he's a very absent father.
No. No.
And very active father at the same time.
He selected you. He picked you.
Silence.
What did he pick us for?
To do something. I assume you're individuals of significance. If he was to...
Actually, yes. Have you heard of Dan and Relnor's Deep Plates?
Mr. Naked Man.
Mr. Naked Man.
I very distinctly remember being chosen by High Captain Harris, not by this man.
High Captain Harris.
He picked me for the team. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was in captivity for a very long time. I'm still catching up with modern events. Captain Harris was... He was
the High Captain of Lestrade.
Of Lestrade.
Over Justin.
Over Justin. But Justin was in Lestrade, correct?
Yes.
At least for a second.
And you know...
Actually, I don't know. I can't say yes because I don't know.
Adding that to the Ricky quiz.
Sorry.
Okay.
I only know Justin from a very long time ago, and had only heard rumors he was in Lestrade, and when he came and spoke to me, he said he had found a very special group of individuals.
Is he immortal too?
That's a good question.
Not like I am, no.
So,
But
yes.
like how? So how?
He's long-lived for certain. But it is what it's what he is. He's not human like I am.
What is he?
Or Erden.
Haha.
Hey.
He's
What is he?
I think the best term I could think of for you would be a god.
So he's a soul.
No,
Is he a keeper?
No kind of shrugs and he says, he is a piece of Kama soul.
Is he the will? No.
The will is Jimmy.
Yeah, what's the other one? The
Mind?
What part is
Mind.
Justin?
Just to make really clear, is this the first time you've mentioned Jimmy since Joshua has walked out?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So I don't think you have. And so the minute you say that...
If we have, maybe he didn't catch it.
The minute you say that, Josua goes...
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's reaction to Jimmy.
We mentioned Jimmy last time because I remember that reaction.
Okay. At some point, he made that reaction in reference to Jimmy. So what was your question?
There were a couple.
Is Justin the mind of Kama?
That would probably be a better term.
Okay.
Wait, so does Kama even exist, or is it just a bunch of pieces claiming to be part of him?
They're all basically Horcruxes, is what I'm getting. Except for Vala.
But it's like a hive mind at the same time.
No,
Stab it with a snake.
Consider this.
Consider the following.
Tell me your name again, little. You're what do they call them?
My name is Dolphin, Golem Tamer, and Titan Killer, and Shadebringer.
All right,
those are my titles.
Well done.
And Red Slinger. And
I'm assuming you have family. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So you are someone's son, right?
So they're offspring.
No. Think of it this way: you are both a son, a friend, an individual, and a member of a larger community. You have different roles, different pieces of who you are.
Yeah, but I'm distinct from those other things, except for my the family is the one thing that
But
I am.
You have a mind, yes.
Yeah.
You have a body.
Yeah.
You have a will.
Yeah, all in me.
Correct. Now, these keepers, the Kama Soul and Terra Soul, Vala Soul herself, though she was not destroyed, were so vast and powerful that they could not necessarily be killed, but rather the essence of who they were was split. It was sundered from itself.
Okay.
Oh, so not intentional on their part.
So we can't kill them. We just have to break them into smaller bits?
You can kill them.
Oh.
But not at the present.
In the future.
Yes.
Do we have to kill the bits first?
That's good, because if we could only kill them in the past, we'd be screwed.
Yay.
No, you can kill pieces of them for certain, but not at the moment. They're too strong. With their power free, and I cannot contain any of it.
Is that what you were trying to do, getting all skinny?
Yes, I was attempting to...
Getting all skinny.
I was attempting to...
Slim fast.
Draw in some of the power. It destroyed me. And,
oops.
If it would have been the final destruction, I would have welcomed it, but alas, and he kind of holds up his orb, he says, it was not. I have neither answer nor release. Once again. Well, I'm certain Justin has big plans for you. I'm going to...
This is a lot to take in.
See myself...
We're still in enemy-occupied kingdom. We gotta free this place and take out the White Order. And then we gotta somehow do something else? I don't know. I'm lost. Relnor,
hey,
help us.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do about the White Order? And do you know anything about them, Justin? I mean, Josua? I mean, Josua?
All the J names. Please forgive me, everyone.
It's fine.
Who are you then?
It's just your narcissism peeking through.
You're just the Duggars. You just use the same letter for everything.
I don't like Jerry.
That's true.
Oh, I
like
spelled...
Jerry.
Oh. But that could be Gerry.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. That actually is how it's spelled. I've seen it.
I also have Terry and Truffle and Toefoot.
So,
those are all gnomes.
And Harris and Wilbert and
yeah, but you don't love those characters like you love the J.
And Markle Sparkle and
someone else came up with Markle Sparkle.
Targrave and
Thanks, Mark.
I have lots of names, and some of them are J's, and they just so happen to be all pertinent in this conversation at the moment. What was the question?
Picking on Josh again.
I turn to Relnor for
Good times.
guidance. I'm overwhelmed.
Leadership.
Winnie asked about the White Order.
And
Yeah.
you're talking to Josua?
Yeah. The J. Hey, Jay. I'm just going to call him Jay.
What are you asking me? What you're supposed to do about the White Order?
Do you know anything about them, or
Yeah,
where
okay,
they
so
came
here's-
from, or their motives, or?
Yeah, so here's the thing, is in the city, they're bad news, right? They're real bad news. But they seem sort of like small cheese compared to all this other stuff that's going on, and yet...
Jeez.
I'm dropping stuff. And yet, Terrasol definitely has some hand in what they're doing, so do we bother? I mean, I don't want to leave the people of the city high and dry, you know? Like, that would suck.
Low and wet.
This is difficult for me. I personally don't like taking part in the goings-on of history making. It's for someone as old as myself, it's troublesome.
Didn't he say he's part of Valisol?
He did not.
Am I making that up? Oh, okay.
Valisol, to our knowledge, is not split in any way.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Or not split. What? Not faceted.
Yeah, because she was there.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, sorry to slow you down.
No, you're fine. There are very big things happening, as I'm sure you're probably aware, and the four of you are incredibly significant, and so is Noel, and so is myself, or so am I. But I cannot, I don't wish to have such a role of advisor or wisdom giver. I would say I cannot say.
I would say I cannot say.
Justin has a plan for you, but I do not.
Sure would be nice if he was around.
And
And we all look around the room and wait for him to show up.
yeah, everybody does. Everybody does.
I still like my idea of dropping the golems in the middle of the city and running amok.
So Noel kind of like leans in after you say that, Winnie, and he says, "He is here in the city."
What?
Yes, Justin arrived several weeks ago, perhaps. No. Justin arrived several days ago.
Wait, do you know where he is?
He's been held captive in the High Inquisitor's Tower for quite some time.
Oh my gosh. We were just there.
You were just at the keep.
Oh, I can't keep anything straight anymore.
Was I at the High Inquisitor's Tower?
When he puts her
None
head in
of
her
you
hand.
guys have been to the High Inquisitor's Tower.
Okay.
It's a big old white circular tower that the White Order has held for a very long time.
And where's Davi again?
She was taken to the High Inquisitor's Tower.
Oh, I think it's time for a jailbreak, friends.
You intend to go to the tower and break in?
Well, I mean, like we
or-
have to.
Break it and let him out.
Yeah.
You're gonna take down the whole tower.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, we do have golems. Technically.
I don't, but I don't want to kill the inhabitants.
Relnor, please
Hold on.
help.
You've mentioned golems several times. Are you wizards? Are you... What do they mean?
No,
by
they're
golems?
Winnie is.
Yeah, oh yeah, but they're not like
Oh,
clay
yes.
golems. They're stone golems. Like they're like big, like
Joshua looks at
machine
Noel,
things.
and Noel kind of nods his head, and he says, "They have mentioned Artemis by name."
Yeah, that's why I'm a little like you say that Justin chose us, and I'm like, no, like Artemis did.
Joshua gets like a really like he's really thinking, and he says, "That's a big deal."
Yeah, They're Titan killers, and they're awesome.
So they work.
Oh, they work. Oh,
Yeah.
Artemis's failed plan hasn't failed.
Whoa,
Not
whoa, whoa.
yet.
Careful who you're calling failed.
He died.
He can hear you.
Everything he planned
Joke.
failed. He had hoped to overthrow the keepers and bring freedom. Never worked. He ultimately died, along with all of his compatriots. But you're telling
Never
me...
worked so far.
He's playing the long game.
Yeet.
And you... And Justin found out.
And we're
Someday-
He's almost like putting pieces together himself. He's like, Justin found out about the golems, and he selected you.
Someday, you'll realize that Artemis is the goat.
Or the other way around.
Double meaning, guys.
Greatest of all time!
I don't get it. The scapegoat?
Greatest of all time and
Greatest
the
of all
goat.
time.
Oh, the acronym.
Yeah. That's why I picked the goat as my golem animal when we were designing our characters.
Yep. We're all old and out of touch, Kelsey.
Except yours was broken when you got it.
Yeah, but it got fixed, and then I fixed all of you too. So
That's true. That's true. Fair point.
Josua stands up and he says, "This is interesting, and I think some very big things are about to happen. I have to go." He stands up and he walks over to one of the walls. He moves his hand and it begins to open. And
Whoa.
yes?
And I like hold out my hand and try to hold the blocks in place.
Roll me a there's no constant.
20.
Roll me a wisdom.
10.
Okay, yeah, you maybe try, but you really can't. It was more or less just a contest of wills, and so he doesn't really even sweat your attempt, and truthfully, he's not leaving. He reaches in, and pulls out a cloak, and like just a very basic shirt and pants, as well as a kind of overcloak, and he derobes and tosses you your cloak, and then dresses himself and reaches over against one wall, and so he's doing all this. You can keep talking to him if you want, but he's not immediately leaving.
I sort of roll up my robe and stuff it in my belt.
Not gonna put it on right away.
No, do they have a laundromat in these places? Is there like a washer dryer?
Nudie Immortal all inside of it. Gross.
Ooh.
I mean, he was
gross.
freshly revived.
But he was dead. That's the thing.
Yes.
He was dead a minute before he put it on.
Millennia old dead stank on it.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm sorry. There are things I would like to accomplish before everything begins in earnest."
Okay. Well,
Wait, who do you work for? Have we gone over this?
Yes.
Did we?
I don't think anyone's
No.
asked him that.
I don't remember if we have or not. I asked him.
Ask him.
I just did.
I don't know if it's my place to share.
You know if it's your place to share who you work for?
Are you a
Your favorite-
CIA agent?
You afraid we're going to beat you up?
You couldn't beat me up.
Yeah, we can't kill you, but we could beat you up.
He kind of looks at himself, thinks, he's like,
I'm going to try to persuade him. Can I persuade him?
yeah, go ahead,
Can I
roll
attempt to
persuasion.
persuade?
That's
I roll a
great idea, D&D.
D20. Is that right roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Rolling a computerized D20.
charisma-based, right?
Do I talk first and then roll? That's what I do?
Yeah, tell me what you want to say, and then roll.
I go, hey man, there's a lot of crap going on, and we're at the heart of it. If we need to know something, you should tell us now. We may not get another chance. Roll. 17 plus 2, 19 to persuasion.
Woo!
Wow. Okay.
All of a sudden, Dolphin's
Alphin.
eloquent.
He seems
I'm not eloquent, I'm persuasive.
he
There's a
seems to
difference.
almost he seems to be almost kind of perturbed by your statement. He says, "You are not the heart of it. You're not even close to the heart of it. You're
Elaborate.
You're peripheral. Your pawns being played by Kama Soul, stepping to his
Gross.
tune. You would like to know who I am."
Yes.
He reaches out and grabs and puts his hand against a wall closer to the exit, and as he pulls his hand away, a thin rod on one end begins to come out that ends up being like a thin blade on the other side, and it's all stone,
Ooh.
but the blade is so compressed on one end that it's almost like reflective.
A needle?
No, just flattened like a blade.
Oh.
And so
Like a samurai sword.
he pulls it out and he says, "I am the will of the white god."
Vala? No, wait. Oh, no.
No,
Terra.
Terra. Winnie's oddly excited by this.
Oh my gosh, we gotta kill him now!
No! He can't. We can't. He's immortal.
Oh, we gotta stop him! We can't let him go run talking to Vash.
He shakes his head and
Vast?
he says, "I have no interest in fighting you, and I have no interest in standing in your way. Charge the White Order, take down their tower, do as you please."
Just out of curiosity, does Terrasol like the White Order? Because they really like him, and they seem to think that he really likes them.
He kind of
Good
like
question.
he kind of like puts the staff under one arm and crosses his arms, and he just says he goes, "I'm the will, I'm not the mind. I don't know what
Dang
Terrasol
it.
wants. I merely know what he needs.
You don't know why he wants it, but you know what he wants.
I'm all the instinct and none of the intent, if that makes any sense."
So what does he need?
Well, his instincts tell him not to defend the White Order, so that's good.
Yes, I have no interest in defending the city, fighting for these people. No.
Well, just so you know, we have no intent on being pawns of anybody. We're trying to save lives here. Some monsters started attacking us, so we fought back with whatever we had. We found more weapons to fight back better. We assumed they were coming from Terrasol, based on some information we got. Is Terrasol not the source of these things?
The monsters? Oh, most certainly. Yes.
We gotta stop it.
The Titans are an invention of Terrasol's. I suppose Artemis did indeed help create them, but Terrasol controls and advances them in many ways.
Well, tell him to stop.
Can you tell the wind to cease blowing?
You're
I mean,
the
you can.
Will. You
That's
stop
it.
it.
It's not his will, though. He's Terra's will.
Yeah, well, he should stop it.
He doesn't have a will of his own.
I
I don't care.
He's a puppet just like we are.
You're a little pawn.
he goes, "Now you're starting to catch on.
Oh, man, I don't like this.
I personally am in the god-killing business, and I think that the five of us are the same."
Except you're going after Kama.
Come.
Come, chameleon.
Perhaps I am. Yes. Perhaps that is what I intend to do. But
Yes, perhaps it is.
He is just as unkillable as Terrasol is at present.
How do you kill a god?
With a very powerful weapon.
Like golems?
It's always a weapon.
Perhaps. And at the right time.
Oh, wink. Got it.
You must choose your weapon wisely, and choose your moment wisely.
What would happen
Okay.
if, say,
Okay.
you killed Kama at the same time that we killed Terra? What do you say to them? What do you say to that plan?
Oh.
Can I ask what's wrong with Kama?
Well, he would just get more powerful.
He wishes to...
yeah,
And
that's
he's
a good
about
point.
chaos. So, I
He
mean, he could
wishes
just
to-
be...
Yeah.
He could be the opposite end of the spectrum that we don't want either.
Right.
Justin, got me captured. Justin and Jimmy got me captured 500 years ago by the elves in Fairhaven.
Oh, that sucks.
Prison there for hundreds of years, experimenting all manner of ways they could kill me, desperately trying to figure out how they could become immortal.
Oh, that's bummer.
I have no love for him. I also care not for his purposes, or what he desires to do. My will, perhaps it is in fact the exact will of Terrasol, is to destroy him. And I intend to do that.
Fair
You
enough.
didn't answer my question.
And what was your question?
What would happen if they died at the same time?
I have
What if we
no
synchronized
idea.
our god murders? Teamed
I
up?
want to reiterate.
Coordinated attacks.
I don't have the memory or the intellect of Terrasol. I have the memory and intellect of Josua, of my own life, before I became the will and
if
till
you
now.
could communicate to your god of peace that it would be more peaceful if there were no gods here. So if he would let us kill him at the same time you kill Kama, it would be much appreciated.
I don't think Terrasol cares. Winnie has
He's also
literally
not a
talked
god of-
to Terrasol.
Yeah, he's not a god of peace though, because
He wants
he's a god
power.
of
He's a god of
order.
order. Yeah.
Yeah,
He would be like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds great. And then he wouldn't.
and then he
Turn
wouldn't.
on.
And then Kamasol would be dead, and he wouldn't.
Noel
and then he'd have all the power.
Noel chimes up and says, he is here as well.
Wait, Terrasol's here?
Terrasol's mind, yes.
Is that vast?
No. Terrasol's mind is Cypress Cantor.
Who's that again? Do we know who that is?
He is the High Inquisitor of the White Order.
Oh,
So the
we
White
don't
Order
like
is
him.
involved.
And Joshua shakes his head and he goes, that arrogant piece of crap.
oh, there's
Oh, well, it
discord.
sounds... Yeah, it
There's
sounds
discord
like
within the realm of order. How
Yes,
No,
there
this-
is.
He looks at Noel and says,
this is Discord.
why didn't you tell me he was here before? And he said, you never asked.
But classic.
Noble, perennially helpful.
Joshua, why does it matter if he's here to you?
Cypress?
Yeah.
He'll get in my way.
How about we get him
Why
out of
aren't-
the way?
Why aren't you guys doing the same thing if you're working for Terrasol?
We disagree constantly. At least we did
Sounds
back
like-
when I was free.
That sounds like Terrasol needs therapy.
It kind of
You're
makes
right.
sense. Sometimes within an individual, the will is opposed to the mind.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
which is why they need therapy.
Do you have any idea how many times Justin has killed Josua? Do you have any idea how many times Justin has killed Jimmy over the years? Hundreds.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine.
I don't know why that's funny to me. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Constantly the mind overpowers the will, and I would prefer simply to avoid him if I could.
Joshua, help us. Help you. Help us take down the White Order.
Why?
Yee.
Because you're the dude that you don't like is he's the head of the White Order.
What a great way
You
to take
said
him out,
he's gonna
right?
get in your way. Help us, help you, help us get him out of your way.
Coordinated attacks.
I don't desire to kill Cypress Cantor.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying you should help us help you.
Wait,
Help us.
wait.
Justin is in the building. And he's
Wait.
likely
The
being held
enemy of my
captive.
enemy is my friend for the time.
But here's the thing. If Justin has killed Jimmy a lot, why does it make a difference if we kill Cypress?
Because then
Because
maybe
Jimmy's still alive. So
Yeah, but we
Cypress
don't-
is still going to be alive.
Oh, he
But-
would just come back.
probably, but at least at least the head of the snake would be off for a little bit. That would help do something.
Yeah.
So what do we do during that time?
Take out as many as we can.
Take out as many
Reinstate
what?
The old leadership, the White Order. Run them out of the city.
Joss was looking at you guys and he goes, I don't know. You seem like wild cards. I'm not interested in seeing the tower destroyed by a bunch of golems and taking part in that.
Okay, I want to be very clear. I step forward and I gesture to Delphin. He is the idea man. He has all the ideas.
I'm the idea man.
And then I gesture to Relnor and I go, he makes the decision.
Yes, I'm the wild card, but Relnor decides whether he plays that card or not.
So then I gesture back at Delphin and I go, again, has lots of ideas, but, and I gesture at Relnor and I go, he decides which ideas we do, and they might not even be the ones that Delphin proposed.
This is true.
I attempt to keep my wildness at bay at my captain's behest. Attempt to.
Mm-hmm.
You then, leader.
Yeah.
We make Eric decide again.
Birthday
He's
boy.
the captain.
Come speak
He's
with
the
me for a moment.
strategist. Oh,
Okay.
taking him away from Delphin, I see.
And he moves his hand, and a hallway opens up, and he gestures for you to come with him.
Okay.
Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. So he takes you into a smaller room and then shuts the hallway behind you. And this room's lit just by glowing runes. There's no orbs.
This room is lit.
And he says, you know, you look like Justin. Someone. I could be
Why
wrong.
is that?
I could be wrong, but you do bear a passing familiarity. Similarity. Familiarity? I can't remember. I don't know what's better to say.
Ah,
Well, you've
even-
been dead a while, so.
Yes. I'm much more eloquent in my native Urton tongue. You certain you don't know more about him? He's a mystery to you as well?
Note say yes.
Yeah, and that's not me as a DM trying to prod you to have more information.
No, and I'm just double checking. I
We don't really have a lot of info.
And you would,
The Eric quiz.
you would be all right with me killing him. It would happen swiftly, and you could not stop me. And if I'm going to join you in this quest, that will be my goal.
Why do I feel completely unprepared to answer that question?
I'll make one thing clear. I cannot kill the mind of Terrasol, not yet. I can quiet it by destroying whatever form it is currently taken. Currently, it's Justin.
No,
That's the red god.
And currently, it's
Cypress.
Cypress.
Oh, okay. That I'm following now because I was like, wait, isn't Justin the one that made us? Why would we want to kill him? And I was like, I must be missing something.
I want to kill Justin. You want to kill Cypress. But in the same manner, you can quiet Terrasol's mind by killing Cypress. You cannot destroy it yet.
Sure.
It could halt his plans, and that's what I would like to do to Kamasol, to slow his movement until the right moment can be had. That's the only way I'll be willing to join you. I want your word that you will not impede me.
So I just want everybody to know that Ricky's shaking his head yes, Erin's been shaking her head no, and Kelsey's making an alarmed face. So I have no idea what to say.
Look,
Table
we,
talk.
Roll
we
for
came
it.
here. We came here for Davi. Who does Davi serve? The red god.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to say.
Kamasol.
Just, I feel like you didn't get that one. Okay.
But
I mean, Eric,
yeah.
this guy ain't going anywhere. He can't go anywhere. So we can say maybe later, and we can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's leaving. He's gonna go kill the god. What do you mean he can't go anywhere?
I guess at this time, I don't feel like we understand enough about what is truly going on in order to that sort of a agreement.
Do you think you'll ever understand? Relnor, was it? Do you think you'll ever fully comprehend everything that's happening? Enough to be able to make the right decision? What even is a right decision?
Of course he would say there's no right decision. He's a will, not a mind.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm sorry. Oh, comms.
You can. All your comms are off. You can't talk to your golems or each other right now.
What?
We're blocked.
Yeah, down here.
Oh, that's right.
He says, you can either act or not act. Action or inaction. That's it. Choose to do something or choose not to do something.
Different actions can have very different consequences.
This is true, but in the course of history, I'm sorry to say, I don't usually see a wide impact from little acts.
Have you ever seen an event like this in history before?
I have not.
Oh, snap.
The closest it resembles is the War of the Brothers. After they took over the world.
And do you feel like that war completely changed the path of history? Or would everything have still happened the same way, even if it hadn't happened?
Oh, it ruined history, I'm sure. Terrasol made his own history, and Commissol didn't like it, and here we are. And now they are both vying again for the type of world they wish to make.
I would just like to make sure that I do my due diligence to not, as you so eloquently put, ruin history.
He takes his rather large kind of pole sword thing, and he kind of sets it down, and it just almost grafts to the ground, doesn't fall or anything. And so he wants to make it clear he's not coming at you with aggression, but he steps forward and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "From one human to another, let me tell you that you do not wish to be held captive by anything. I don't know why Justin chose you or what his plans are for you, but Kamasol's best interest is not yours. Terrasol's best interest was not mine when he paired me with this," and he holds up the orb. He
Interesting.
Says,
Steal the orb.
the elves of Fairhaven, you know of them, yes?
Yes.
They compel the humans there through a terrible blood oath used by elder magic in the hundreds of years ago, tricked them into servitude. In a very similar way, I am compelled by this to continue to pursue a will that I can no longer distinguish from my own.
You should join the Oathbreakers.
Serving these gods, the keepers, is no life. Kill Cyprus if you can, and I will join you, provided that you will not do anything to keep me from killing Justin.
I just can't agree to that yet.
Oh, man.
Very well. Then I will be on my way. I have other gods to kill. And he grabs his sword and opens the hallway again and then steps out and he says, "Null? Everyone?"
That's you, Josh.
No, he's trying to think of everybody's names, but he can't, so he just goes, "Everyone," and then I bid you a good day, and he leaves.
Hey.
He stops kind of as he was opening another way that like had stairs, and he just stops. He goes, "Yes."
If we need you, how do we find you?
You do not find me. And
Okay.
why would I
Bye.
come to any call?
Maybe just human decency.
Human decency.
Okay, bye.
Forget it, Joan. He's not even human anymore.
He turned around to listen to you, Joan, and you see him kind of inspecting you a little bit more closely now. And he kind of like squints his eyes and he says, "You're a gray cleric."
Yeah, what about it?
What is it you see in Valisol?
I like knowing things. And I feel like you haven't been super helpful in that quest for knowledge. But I feel like you have the potential to be. And so I just wanted to know how I could contact you if maybe we needed you and maybe you warmed up to us.
The sentiment you're describing reminds me of the way I feel about Valisol. Very well.
Nice.
Gives me his digits.
No.
Dang it.
His digits.
Dang it.
All 10 fingers and all 10 toes.
Ugh.
Gross.
Real gross.
He moves over to one of the walls closer to you, Joan, and he puts his hand out, and the glyphs on it begin to move and shift around, and they form a single glyph. And it looks like several glyphs put together. And he goes, "This. Scroll this somewhere, and I'll know it was written."
Okay.
Can I take a piece of paper and do like a...
It's like the bat signal.
An etching.
An etching? Yeah, so that I have it, and then I could have Winnie carve it.
He does look at Winnie, and he says, "Impart this on any item, and I will kill you myself."
Wait, what?
He says,
Winnie doesn't. That's Aaron laughing.
He says, "You're welcome to write it on anything, but she cannot impart power into it at any point."
Oh,
Why?
Is this clear?
I didn't know. I didn't know how glyphs work. You were just like, "Here's my glyph."
Well, he's
I've
kind
never
of assuming she
communicated via
does know
glyph.
how they work, so that's why he's
got it.
saying that for your confusion. But he's assuming Winnie understands, and Noble's just over there going like, "That makes sense. I get it. I'm in."
Yeah. I'm just like, no worries, pal.
Okay, and there's kind of that moment where like all of a sudden like the air leaves the room when he says it.
Yeah. We're all like, ooh.
And then he goes, "Okay, well, it was a pleasure.
All right, then.
It was a pleasure to meet you all. The people of this world are vastly unique.
Right back at ya.
Who would have imagined? Well, I'm off." And then he starts walking up the stairs.
So no help from Nudie Man, huh?
He's not nude anymore.
I'm still going to call him Nudie Man.
Nudie man.
Darn, I thought he'd been a great ally.
I don't know. He called us the wild cards. I feel like...
I mean, you guys didn't hear the conversation that Relnor had with him yet. He just...
Oh, that's true.
They came out and he left.
I know, I'm assuming. That's why I said what I said. I was like, so he's not helping us, huh? No,
I will take this opportunity to recant
Okay.
the conversation, everybody.
All right. You guys are all up to speed.
I feel
Also-
like you made the right decision, Relnor.
We should probably ask Null.
I would have shaken my head no the whole conversation if I had been there.
Almost like you did do
Winnie.
that.
Winnie,
Yeah.
what did he mean about not imparting that symbol on anything?
Do you guys remember back when we were at Dan and Relnar's Deep Plates?
Yeah, you talked about setting a
that
sword on
place
fire.
And yeah. Bertul was like, here, you take this and you now, and then poof, and it was like on fire.
Yeah.
You can imbue stuff with like your glowy energy.
Awokenness?
Yeah. And give it power. I feel like, okay, so the names or the glyphs on Titans are what make them Titans. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's like intent and the name, and he doesn't want me messing with that, which I totes get. Not that I could anyway, but
I look at Noel.
And he's kind of just sitting there going like,
I go, is that
kind of like slapping his hands a little bit.
Best be hitting the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
And I go, is that true?
About the glyphs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what would it do? What would it do to Josua?
What he gave you is a binding of sorts. It's how he identifies himself.
Like the artist that was formerly known as Prince?
Exactly like that.
So the glyph is him.
A symbol made of symbols.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if Winnie were to activate it, he would then be teleported to that object?
It would be more that the object would be bound to him in a way.
Yeah.
Physically?
In a deeper meaning, perhaps.
Ugh.
Would it
So we would put it on a ring and then throw it into a volcano. And
oh, right, other way around. Okay.
So the volcano into the ring?
Binding is not something that should ever be done lightly. And he would kill you. Just, I am certain.
Virtual said as much.
He could try.
Speaking of Bertul, he didn't know that we came down into a place where we couldn't get on comms.
Oh.
And I haven't checked on him in like a really long time.
Also, no, you still work for the White Order. Are you going to be a problem?
Do we need to eliminate you, Noel?
No! He's like neutral.
I cannot lie, but I will not tell them anything that I am not asked.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Artemis was a good friend, and I miss him.
I'll tell him. Well, he heard that, but it's fine.
Did he? I don't know if they can hear us down here.
I don't know either.
Shh, pretend.
Pretend. Yeah.
Well, good to know. All right, what's our next move?
I think we need to break out Davi and Justin. Yeah. Hey,
you guys said that simultaneously.
Wow.
We agree. That means we should do it.
This is the first time ever that Dolphin and Joan have agreed. It is a sign from a god. I don't know which one.
I
it has a one building to this.
I'll fly it into the building. You guys find the two. Get them out.
Noble
disagree with that.
Noble stands up and walks over to the seal, and he puts a hand on one of the kind of the hand places, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's just in thought, and he says, "If you're going to continue this discussion, I should leave."
That's a good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, just know, Noel, that we're gonna fly a golem into the tower.
Actually,
That's how we're gonna do it.
And he's like,
"We are leaving right now. We are never coming back. We're leaving the city.
Not listening.
Never coming back.
Listening to your plan." And he just starts to
he has a good voice.
Stroll out of the room.
See, and then I turn to the group and I say, "See, now he thinks we're going to fly the golem in the tower, so we can't use that plane."
He walks over to the platform that you guys lowered in on, and you guys lowered in on a platform, right? You didn't jump in through stairs.
I thought it was stairs.
Or
maybe
did you go
platform.
through stairs? I couldn't remember if it was a platform or stairs.
Let's say platform, because that's consistent.
I was pretty certain you guys came down on a platform. There are lots of ways in and out of this room.
Good to know.
He walks over to the platform and stands out, and he looks at Winnie and says, "You'll know your way out?"
I never do, but I always find it.
Very well. And then the platform glows, and he begins to rise. He says, "By the way, Vast and Cypress do know of this place. Be good not to linger." And then he's gone.
I was going to suggest making this our new meeting place, so I'm glad he told me that.
Oh, yeah, that's good, yeah.
Same!
So back to the bakery, or do we find someplace else? Do we go back to the outside hidey hole? The outer skirts hidey hole?
Outside hidey hole, the bakery?
I mean,
I see what you mean.
You
The
guys
other,
are probably okay for a
Bertul
little
is.
while, but yeah, you don't want to like camp out here. Was basically what he meant to impart.
ruled out as possible hideout.
Should we go back to Bertul or the bakery? To plan.
Well, they knew about the bakery, right?
I mean, they do now, yeah, or they did.
Yeah, Podge came and captured us from it.
Do we
so
need to
we're
go
not
anywhere
Do
other
they
than
think
just
we're
straight
dumb
to the
enough to go
tower?
back?
I think we need to come up with a plan.
Okay,
Sometimes the closer you are to danger, the farther you are from harm.
you're in a
Relnor,
very
I
magical space with a lot of possibilities. You can leave it and go somewhere else, or maybe there's stuff here. That's all I'm gonna say.
There was a super magical hallway that Relnor went into.
Hey, yeah, what was in the super magical hallway, Rolnor?
What was Superman?
What do I remember was in that super magical hallway, Josh?
I don't remember that.
I mean, it was just a basic room.
Roll for it. Roll
All
for
of the
it.
stuff that is in here, all of the articulated art and kind of flowing designs on the walls and the floors and everything, it's all crafted from a very plain surface. And so it's all of it is ancient ruins, but you saw Josua and Noel and then even Winnie to a lesser degree manipulate it. And so I'm just saying,
Like,
know-
maybe Winnie should investigate.
like
I'm
make a
not-
weapon.
I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to leave it at that. Do as you wish.
Da!
Relnor,
Without
just throwing this out there.
exploration, there's nothing more I feel like I can say.
Okay, just start pushing things.
Relnor, just throwing this out there. But I could create a distraction, causing havoc in the city while you guys sneak
I
into
think-
the tower.
I think you are so far away from what we're doing right now that you just...
No, we're gonna rescue. We're gonna rescue Davi and
The DM is heavily implying we should investigate where we are.
yeah.
When he
Dolphin can't
goes-
hear him. Can
I'm
he?
just saying there.
When he
there-
goes, when he goes, I need a new cloak, and she walks over to the wall where he got one,
Mhm.
and I put my hand on it. Do I feel anything?
It's warm, and the
It's warm. You said. Sorry,
Yes.
my Discord cut out.
it's warm, and you can feel a kind of a sense of connection with it. Like the base glyphs on there do kind of glow as you touch it.
Okay. I say, can I have something to wear, please? And I reach out thusly with my mind.
Nice. You can feel kind of the material of the wall almost like you're connecting with it in a way, and
Yeah.
it's almost like you could superheat things in your mind, and so
So it's. My next question was going to be: is it like the other places we've been?
it's very different than the other places you've been. The other ancient ruins you've been. This place is very different.
Is this like the kitchen of the room?
No, this is different than those places. I'm saying like the actual like construction of this ancient ruin is very different than the ones that Artemis created. So you sense kind of a wealth of possibility, and I would like you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Uh
This can be really good or really bad. I'm not.
oh. No pressure.
10, but I have advantage from gnome cunning, so I'm going to roll again.
Cool.
Oh, 24.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
So Winnie, as
Gnome
you're
cunning
kind of
coming in clutch.
as you're kind of almost getting kind of like your mind is getting entranced by the power within these walls, you without realizing it, you kind of as your eyes start to kind of adjust again.
'Kay.
After you realize your hand has started to sink into the stone, almost like it was liquid. It's not burning. It's not burning you, but yeah, you're more aware of it, and you're able to kind of like pull your hand out. But you rolled so well, you can also draw from it if you'd like. Similar to how you saw Josua draw his kind of pole blade, you could draw from it as well. You could draw maybe a cloak,
Oh my gosh.
or
You guys, look at this.
Something.
And I start drawing, and it's like,
coming out almost
just a
like
blob.
fabric. Oh, just
Yeah.
a blob.
Oh,
look at this. Look at
what are you doing?
I'm not clipping when I do that.
What's great is Discord actually does a really good job of like
Okay.
keeping us all fairly normal. Excuse me.
Okay.
Except for when you burp talk like Josh does.
Sorry.
Okay, so I pull out a cloak.
Okay, roll a roll me I gotta remember what all the different ability checks are.
Magic.
Something.
Wisdom, charisma, intelligence, and dexterity.
What are the wisdom based skills?
Yeah. Animal
the wisdom
handling,
ones? Oh, I see what you mean.
Insight, medicine, perception, survival.
Do an insight check
Okay.
for me.
It's just
12.
wisdom, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're able to basically pull out a cloak that's more or less exactly like yours, like your original cloak.
Yeah.
But it's made of stone?
However, it's the texture is slightly different. It's a little more earthy, and the color is much more similar to the like kind of really really dark blue of the ancient stones, and there are and there are kind of glyph markings on it at different places where maybe there were like flourishes on your other cloak. So it's almost like the same cloak, but just slightly different.
I bet it would glow if you went into your avatar state or whatever it's called.
This is so weird. My avatar state. Somebody's been rewatching.
Yeah.
Guys, wait. Do we need what can we get out of here? Like if we're gonna sneak in. A what?
Make me a dagger.
Oh, I thought you said a sticker. You have a cool dagger.
I want another one. I want
You have a dagger. The Rain and Kane sell daggers from the vein.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop us here, and you guys can talk about what you want to make, and we can
disguises.
We can put that together in the next episode.
What disguises?
Anyway, before we go any further, thank you so much, everyone, for listening and being part of this adventure. I'm very excited for where things are going. It's going to be super fun.
And shoots laser bolts.
And the party's all alone. No more NPCs. You guys are just by yourselves. So
Josh was like, I don't have to act anymore.
Hey, and I was right. We stood up and we talked. That's all that happened this episode.
Yes. Yeah. But we have another game we're going to record next. So anyway, I hope everyone listening is healthy and doing well. Thank you so much for your messages of support and love. They really have been incredible. I can't say enough how many times I've gotten a message of someone saying like, really wish you guys were coming out with episodes. But more than that, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe, and we understand. So I don't think I ever got someone message me just angry because we weren't putting out content, which is really cool. I'm very grateful. So
except from Eric. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was going to say from me.
But
where's my episode?
I'm so glad we're back in.
I want to be Delphin.
I can't wait to keep going. So again, thanks everyone for listening. As always, I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joan,
Delphin,
Winnie,
Relnor.
Thanks everybody.